Wow, helpful Terivent here today. How you doing? Today, if you're always, I had this question before and I figured it out, but wow, you guys are trying to make Roblox BEDWARS thumbnails. If not, you can still watch this video for some info that you need. You will learn. What you need for this is Roblox Studio, Blender, Photoshop, and these 3 plugins. All the links to these things will be in the description that you need. You don't need to use Photoshop. You use any editing program you got, or you can just use the freaking render by itself. I don't freaking know. Whatever you want to freaking do, okay? So, first, when you're in Roblox Studio, I have the links to all the files you need. So, what you first want to do is open up the Roblox BEDWARS map file. This will bring the map that you will need for the Blender. See, I already have stuff in here that I already made, so let me just freaking delete this. Get out of here, freaking baldness. Your baldness is not, we don't want your baldness here today. Okay, the next file you want to open up is called assets. If you want more, I'm gonna have this also, BEDWARS, Lazy Kit, Fireball. All this is it has stuff in the lobby, as the lobby of assets. This is what you want to open up if you want freaking items in your freaking render. You don't need items in your render, but hey, if you want items in your render, you can go and take them. So next is you want to use a load character. Type in your username. My username is better ZKK2, or any username you want to do in the thumbnail. So here is me. Oh, my bald hot self right here. So now what you want to do, this is the hard step, okay, is animation editor. You're gonna have to you can rename this to anything, create an animation to start, name it anything. I don't name it anything. And then this is where you model. So basically what you want to do, you want to make it look realistic as possible, moving at least every single limb. In my opinion, if you move every single limb, it makes it more realistic and not stiff. But I'm just gonna do something quick, okay? 1 second. You can, if you want to just watch me do this very quickly, usually you want to spend a lot more time on when you do this. You want to make it look realistic as possible. All I'm doing is literally I'm not worried about making it realistic as possible, okay? I'm not worried about that. Although just doing it really quickly is just making this, I don't know, this abomination of a human. Also, you want to move it back a little bit. Anyway, back forward. I usually do it forward to make it more menacing. This is really menacing. After you model your character, right? Like this. If I press animation editor again, it's going to reset itself. So what you want to do is go back to animation editor. Make sure you're selected on what you're animating or what you're like posing. This is how I pose it. There's different ways to pose it. But now you want to press anchor. Then you want to type in the username that says up here. So for me, it will be better ZAKK292. Oh, wow. Anchor. All right. After you got that, you press animation editor again. And now there should be 2 people. So, what you want to do is find the freaking better ZAKK292. Or whatever your username is. There's going to be 2. There's going to be your username and your username clone. The which one you want to delete is the one that doesn't have clone. So, delete that. And now you have the model. And now, if you want to get a sword, just go in this file. You can customize all these shaders if you know how to do that. This is more of a simple tutorial, so I'm not going to really include it in this video. If this video gets a decent amount of likes, I'll make a part 2 doing more advanced stuff. But here now you just want to model this and put it in where it looks right. I don't know, this looks right? Oh my god, it looks very menacing. You know, just for the memes, I'm just gonna put an Among Us character like right here and right here. Perfect. All right, after you're done with that, all you want to do is select all this, every single model you have. Right click and press export selection. And now you want to make a file. I have one called 4 thumbnails. I'm just gonna make it. For me, I'm just gonna make it for YouTube. Make sure it's in a file or you're gonna be unorganized. Make it any name. I freaking just keyboard smash. And now you just wait for it to load. All right, now it's done. It's done importing everything, exporting. Sorry, I'm sorry, people. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff you want to do. You can have beds in this map if you want. This is everything. You can know a little bit of basics of Roblox Studio before you do this. All right, now you want to exit off of Roblox Studio, both of them, so you don't freaking lag and die and want to freaking cry. Now you go to the Blender. This is the fun parts. Blender. Wow, Blender. Woo, Blender. So what you're going to do, Blender file, all you want to do is press File, and then go to Import, and do Wavefront obj.obj, and then find your file where you saved your file at for thumbnails. Mine is freaking for YouTube. So you want to click right here, press Control-C, and go back over here, Control-V it, and then press Enter, so it loads it up, and it should be the .obj file. Click that and click import, or you can just double click. I don't know what the frick you want to do. Wow, I'm also going to show you 3-point lighting if you want to do that. But over here is the file. It's going to be on solid, so change it back to look dev. and then move it wherever the middle of the thing is. I guess this is great. Freaking Among Us. I don't know what happened to the Among Us characters. We're not gonna worry about that. All right, delete this light and camera. You're gonna make different. We're gonna make different ones. All right, now the lighting part. See, a lot of people just go to freaking HDR, get an HDR, and call it a day. But we're gonna add an HDR plus lighting. There's a lot of HDRs we want to do. That you could do. What you want to do is go outside, freaking get one of a lot of a blue sky. Like this is like, I guess this will do. I don't know. Press download. So now what you want to do is go to press this world option that looks like a freaking world. Now press you know where it says color. Press this little freaking circle button, right? And then you want to go to environmental texture, and then you want to press open. It should do the same thing. Control C, Control V it here. Right here, it should be hilly terrain. Whatever you download, it would be a .exr file. So you want to double click that. So now when we go to rendered view, it's gonna look like this. But this is not the render I use. So what I usually use, I go over here, render engine. I put it to cycles, but when you put it to cycles, it's gonna be all clear. But also, if you want to like have a cool blue sky, go to press film, and where it says transparent, click that so it's transparent. All right, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to shading, because if you're using cycles, it's gonna be freaking invisible for some freaking reason. So when we're at shading, you click on your click on the image, or not image, you click on whatever your freaking OBGA file is, right? And then you go over here. First, what you want to look for is grass, and where it says alpha, where this file is. This file right here, it's connected to the alpha layer, so you want to unconnect that for every single grass one. All right, after you've done that, now the grass should be like that. If you're using stone, do the same thing with stone. It'll be called stone brick and stuff. All right, now we want to do it for handle, because I'm pretty sure that's my sword. And now wherever your character's name is, you make sure to do it for your character, so your character's not invisible. Okay. Oh wait, the Among Us character's kind of loaded in, did they? I don't freaking know. Alright, now is our lighting. So if you want to do lighting, this is what I use. I'm doing what I do. So this is area. I'm using area because area is Pog champion. So what you want to do is go from a left side, left point of view. You don't want to have it in front, and you don't want to have one lighting because one lighting looks bad. So now, I guess that's good enough. Alright, you want one. I usually make it red, but we're just going to focus on white. Usually this size, you want to make it 2,000. It all depends. It all depends on what you're doing. It's literally all it depends. If it's smaller, then you make it or something. If it's bigger, it all depends on the freaking size of your object, how bright you want to do it. You can play around with that. And now you want 3-point lighting system. There's going to be 2 in the front and then 1 in the back. So now when you do that, when you're in rendered view, I made mine a little bit too bright, so I'm going to turn these down to 1,000. It's all experimenting. All you got to do is experiment. So usually you want the brightest one in the back, though. Okay. So, I guess this is good enough. You modified HDRs, it's good for you, okay? I'm not going to go too in detail with the lighting because you can do that yourself. Haha, losers. I'm joking, but I guess that's good enough. So now, you want to import a camera. So you have a camera right here that is pretty PogChamp, right? Pretty PogChamp of a camera, you know? And if you want to, like, see the camera view, you want to press O on your number pad. Make sure your, the number pad lock is on, and then you press 0 on it. It should be the bottom one, and it'll bring you to the view of the camera. So usually what I do is I usually just get in view, keep looking, and make sure it's a little bit straight on. It all depends what angle you want. If you want like a more dramatic angle, usually you want to go from the bottom, because that's good. You know, like I'm not gonna do anything fancy like for this thumbnail. Like I don't need the freaking Among Us characters in. You want to make sure your character's kind of like the main point of view. Make sure not to have it too far away, because people don't really click on it too far away of a thumbnail. So, let me just move it to a little bit left, so it's a little bit in the middle. Perfect. So, once you got this done, before you render this, see, I can worry more about lighting, but you guys can worry about your lighting a lot more. You can mess around with it and make it a lot better, but in Photoshop is where the thumbnail actually comes alive. So, for the render, for sampling right here, it should be already open when you go to the context render. This little freaking icon. You want to click this and put the render to 1000. So when you render it, it's like the samples are higher, so it's going to be less pixely and more PogChamp. So after you got it all done, after you like how you got it, you want to press render and press render image, and then we wait for it to render. So I'll be back after it's done rendering.
2,000 years later.
Oh wow, about 21 minutes later, the render is done. That was the longest waiting period I've ever had in my life. So now what you want to do is press image and press save as, so you can save it to your computer, save it wherever you want. I usually just save it to my downloads, and I freaking keyboard spam because I'm bad. All right, now this is the fun part. This is the Photoshop part. So now when you have Photoshop open, when you want to click is press the new again, double new. Make sure it's 1920 by 1080 resolution. I put it to 300 because that's a PogChamp. All right, now you have Photoshop open. All right, so what you want to do is go wherever you have your file at, drag it onto Photoshop. And oh wow, we're done. No, I'm joking. So now what you want to do is press this little circle button, press hue and saturation. I can't speak English right now. And usually what I do, I just crank it up a lot, like plus 27. It all depends what you want to do. So now after you've done that, you just want to go on Google, look up blue sky. If you want to do Minecraft, I usually do Minecraft because that's really sick. So I'll just look up blue sky Minecraft, I guess this would do. So now put it on, and then make sure, I guess it's fine. Make sure it's under the layer that your render is. So now it looks like this. It's not done. It looks kind of weird right now. That's fine. So what you want to do is use this quick selection tool. This is what I use, and that's what I use. And now we're not done with the background. The background still has a lot of work to it, so it can be bright. Because what you want to do is you want to make your thumbnails bright, because people love clicking on bright thumbnails. All right, now what you want to do is you want to click selection your character. Usually quick selection tool is bad. See, it selects stuff that you don't even want selected. So all you want to hold is Alt, and if you get rid of areas that you don't want selected, like right here, like I don't want the freaking green selected, so you want to hold Alt and then drag. It's not gonna be perfect. Like you can mess with that if you want. So now you want to make it a little bit smoother because it makes it rough. So press select and mask. Should be like that. It's not very smooth, but yeah. So you see this in global refinements. You take smooth and crank it wherever you think it's good. I think that's good. 31. You want to press Control C, then Control V it, and now you will have your character. So usually what I do with my character, I usually click this. Double click the right here where there's no text. I press outer glow. Make sure your settings are mine. So put blend mode normal, opacity 100, noise 0, and then go to elements, make spread 100, and then size. You can do whatever you want with the size. So this is usually what I do with the size. So you press OK. Make sure to get rid of it if there's extra white, and then right click the layer and then press rasterize layer style. So now after you do that again, go back to here. Press outer glow again, but over here change the color to either dark black or dark gray, whatever you want to do. I usually just go like for this color. And you see the size. Turn this down, crank it a little bit lower, like I guess that's fine. Then press drop shadow. You can mess around with this if you want to do my settings. You can do my settings. This is the settings I usually rock with. All right, now I have the character all selected. So now we're gonna make everything greener. So what do you want to do? Quick selection tool again. Select the grass. Select it all. Okay, I guess that's fine. We don't need to make this perfect, but for you, make it perfect because this is your thumbnail for your videos. So now you want to do that. See if everything you want selected. Press OK. I pressed select the mask, by the way. Now press Control C, Control V. Now you have a copy. Now what you want to do is make a new layer and then hold Alt and click the bottom of the layer. Now it's a mask. Now you're masking it, so everything you draw is just going to go on this layer. So what you want to do is press the color button. I hope you follow along on this. Hopefully you know a little bit of Photoshop. And then you want to go to green, get a bright green. Now just freaking go all over it, basically. And then go over here. I usually make the overlay, and then you can turn opacity down a little bit so it's not too bright. All right, now the blue. Now you want to put a new layer over it. You don't have to make this a mask. Now make it a blue, like a very bright blue. Like that, and then you could keep it like this, but overlay would be best. And then turn the opacity down a little bit. And now we want to make the background look less bad. And then we're gonna go filter, and you're gonna go to blur, and then you're gonna Gaussian blur. Blur out the background a little bit if you want. You don't have to, but it's usually the best thing to do. And then the sky, you want to blur out the sky a little bit too. So go back to Gaussian blur out the sky a little bit. And you can do a lot more advanced stuff with this. Like if you want to do text, like find a font that you want. I use Burbank Big Contest. Type in anything, like type insane. We're gonna show you how to do the text, I guess. Oh wow, insane. This is insane kill game I had. Double click the layer like always. Go to this time I like using stroke for text a lot more. And then go to color overlay. Pick a red, like a not like plain red. I don't like how plain red looks, so do like a little bit of lighter red. And yeah, this is basically a BEDWARS thumbnail. You can do a lot more to this if you want. This is just a simple thumbnail. I'm saying if this video gets more views, I will make a more advanced thing. A more advanced video about how to make BEDWARS thumbnails, but this is basically the simple thumbnail that you make. You can do anything with this, customize it however you want. But yeah, if you enjoy this video, make sure to sub, like, and comment. I make normal videos, by the way. I make gameplay videos. This is just out of the blue tutorial video. I barely do these type of videos, but if you, yeah, make sure to sub, like, and comment. Oh, you had a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next videos. Make sure to smash like. I'm stupid. I'm sorry.